Okay, and then click on you over there. Okay, I think we're gonna come.
It says live. It should be good.
Good. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you can hear us. Let us know if you can. All right, I still don't see anything here.
Yeah. Having technical issues.
Let me try something. Close.
Everything work until it doesn't.
Good morning. Just give everybody a chance to confirm that they see us.
Yeah, it doesn't.
There we go.
Oh, okay. It's showing up now.
Good. Okay. Good morning, everybody. We are happy to bring Emma back today. And Emma is here to show us even more Office Graph templates today. And we're going to have a chance to walk through them and learn what she likes most in these new templates. She's been a key factor in driving these new apps for you. And you can use them right out of the box in minutes, create a fully functional and beautiful application. And you can customize it any way you like. So Emma's going to give you some tips about that too. So Emma, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you're going to do, and then we'll switch to screen share?
Sure, yeah. So what I kind of just wanted to recap what we've done
great.
already. Yeah. So last time I was doing a webinar, I showed you guys the Out of Office app, which I hoped you all used for your holiday vacations, because I did.
I used one of them. One of them, yeah.
And so that one we learned working with calendars and with the auto replies in Outlook.
Yes.
And just to kind of take a step back in case people who are watching don't know what Graph is in the first place.
Yep.
Office Graph is a suite of Microsoft APIs that allow you to access most of their applications. So for example, using everything in Outlook, sending an email, getting user profile data, other things like that. And we take our PowerApps connectors and simplify it for you so you can use them right in PowerApps.
Wow.
Without having to worry about, complicated things like client ID and secrets and all of that stuff.
Web servers and codes and stuff.
Yeah.
So this is through the Office 365 Users Connector? Is that the connector you're using?
There's multiple connectors that that use Microsoft Graph. For example, our Planner connector also uses that. Users is I think my favorite though.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
But yeah, so it's there's not a Graph connector, but it's all of our connectors through Office that are built using these Microsoft Graph API operations.
And how will we know which one is using Office Graph? Which one of the connectors? Are all of them planning to use them?
Yes. So Microsoft Graph is incredibly powerful, and we want to move to a point where everything on our office productivity is using these operations.
Okay, I look forward to seeing that. Yeah. Do you want to share a few with us today?
The connectors that do?
Yeah, or you can share the new templates that are using the connectors, and maybe give us a sneak peek into what connectors are used in those new templates.
For sure. Yeah. So I have 3 to show today.
Okay.
So we published the Shoutouts app, which allows people to give their coworkers a short snippet of praise. And it's kind of like almost a social app, which is kind of interesting to me that you could build that with a Power App.
Yes.
The next one I want to look at is our newest one that's out there in the world, which is our Onboarding Tasks, which is a common scenario I started not too long ago, and like having an app where, my manager had set up a list of tasks that I'm supposed to complete, and like where I'm supposed to update my profile picture so it'll go everywhere.
Oh, you mean like HR onboarding, like when you start in a new company?
Yeah, well, like in a new company, but like mostly I picture this app being used for a team. So, hey, like you need to set up this alias, you should read this one new other kind of stuff.
So like starting tasks to get you ramped up for your new job.
Exactly.
Wow, that is a great idea. Yeah.
And so Yeah, that's the second one.
Okay.
And then the third one that isn't actually out yet, but I want to show is called Book a Room.
Oh, we're going to get a sneak peek.
We're going to get a sneak peek.
Awesome. Love those.
So this one should be out shortly.
Okay.
And I just feel like I want to talk about it and show you guys using like APIs to book resources and whatnot through Outlook.
Wow. Okay, let's get started. Do you mind showing it to us?
Yeah, of course. Let me share my screen.
And then choose the one you want to share. Yes.
This one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
And then you just flip through it. Yes.
All right. So I've already opened these guys up. So
FYI, you're getting kudos on your t-shirt.
Okay. Awesome. I wore it just because of this today.
Good.
It's all for you guys.
Yeah.
So wait, first of all, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. So I opened these guys from the PowerApps web portal. I opened them up just to save some time. So we can jump right in. So this app here is called Shoutouts, and if we play it, basically I'll run through it. So it shows us this little intro since we haven't used the app before. So it tells us what it can do. It can be, messages can be read in the feed. You can send pictures, and the actual shout out is emailed to the person you're giving it to and their manager.
What is a shout out?
So it's just a snippet of praise. So like this one is an example one that's already we put into the table, just to show you what it would look like. So for example, you get a badge. So if I wanted to give you a badge, I could say, hey, Audrey, you know, awesome customer support. Customer support badge. And then I could say, oh, like your Friday functions videos are awesome in my little message. And if I wanted to send a picture of like me giving you a thumbs up, I could do that.
So it's kind of like yammer, praise, and or kudos that we've seen in the past, that kind of thing, where you're congratulating people for something.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
oh, this is a great app because, you know, I think we need more of this, you know. We're all so busy. To get a shout out is very motivating.
Yeah, so I can search and send along here, or we've pulled your most relevant contacts on the side here.
Oh, these are the people that we work with the most? And here's where Office Graph Power shows itself.
Yes, well,
we've got
all
relevance.
Here. So I can, you know, send you a shout out. So I haven't sent any for you yet. So
That's
now I've searched.
That's okay. It's all right.
So I can send you one. So these are ones, you can edit these in the app. So maybe I'll exit out and show you. So we want to send Audrey a shout out. So if we look, we're right on the start of this app is where we set all of our shout out types. So if you wanted to go and edit, you know, add a different badge or a different description or color or icon here, you could do that. It's all here described in the collection on the very first screen, because we want to get that set up right away so you can see it in the rest of the app. And so if we return to sending Audrey a shout out, oh, I went back to the wrong one. Audrey. The other thing I really like about this is that we have this little progress bar that's kind of nice that shows us the steps as well. So I'll walk through. We'll give Audrey, which shout out type should we give her? We'll give you customer advocate.
Yeah, I think I do that. Yes, yes.
And so it pops up a little description on the side, and we've done this cool thing where when you select it, it gives us the color of the badge and also puts the same color along the top here, which helps you know which one.
Keep track of what badge you've chosen.
Yeah. which is, it's kind of nice. You know, it's just a small UI thing, but
I love it.
yeah, I like it as well.
I love it.
All right, so if we go next, so I can enter a personal message. So great job, Audrey. Thanks for helping me with the webinar.
Oh, how nice of you.
Okay, so that can be my message, and this will also be sent to your manager to let them know that, you know, I've appreciated and you've done a really awesome thing.
Ooh.
So I can upload a photo.
Ryan will be thrilled. Okay, and I love this. So you're going to show us the functionality of this upload photo situation?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So I can just choose if it pops open like your client. So if this was the phone version, it would open up the camera roll on your phone.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we could take the picture on our phone.
Yes.
Oh, Emma, this is awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's kind of, we made the assumption that you probably already have a photo in mind, and especially if you're using like a desktop app that you wouldn't want to take a picture likely. Yeah. So if I upload a photo for you, we can see it right here. So I have my little seal of approval for you.
I took a photo of her, guys, so I could do hers next.
Okay. So we have this all set here, and we can hit next.
Yep.
And so it shows me what it's actually going to send. So it gives you a customer advocate badge with a little picture that I want to send.
And this just works out of the box. Now you opened this, you opened it and it was open, but you got this from the homepage of the apps, right?
I literally went, so all of our Office apps are showing up under this little office pivot here.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to see and people miss it.
Okay.
But if you want to see them all, they're all going to be grouped right here.
Okay, gotcha. So and Shoutouts is the last one.
Yeah, literally I went to here and I pressed
make an app. Okay, perfect. Because we're all going to want to make this app.
Yeah, so that's where it is. Yeah, so this here will be sent via email, and it will also be stored in our Excel doc. So it'll show up on the feed so other people can also see it.
This is great. So I think of this app as a great app. So like, let's suppose you're in a team and you have a project, right? And maybe you're working on a big project. If someone could build this app and implement it as a best practice in the team, let's all encourage each other to do a good job on our new project. Occasionally send out shout outs and kind of have a little intro to this app. But this app can be implemented today and encourage people on our team right away. I really think this is a great best practice to keeping morale high and to encouraging us to really get the most out of our peers, you know, really showing that we appreciate them and we enjoy working with them.
Yeah, I really like the badge factor that's here. So like sometimes it's hard to know what to tell people.
Yeah.
But here we have, you know, it's also fun because I can go and I can see which ones you've sent, which ones have been sent to me as well. I mean, there won't be many in here since I
this is a demo. Yeah.
And this is a demo. But you know, it's kind of fun because it's like a little news feed.
It'd be cool for like, I don't know about, but I think I would like to kind of pull this up on the screen during my little performance review. Look at the shout outs I got. And look at the shout outs that I sent, because, you know, it's also good to give the shout outs. I mean, it's just as good to give as it is to get in this particular app. Great example of an Office Graph app.
Yeah. So
what's your favorite part about this as far as functionality? What is a good thing that we can learn from this app?
So learning from this app, I really like the gallery with a bunch of different items pulling from different parts. So in this gallery, you know, we're pulling from our Excel table, but we're also pulling a photo from Office 365 users. And our photo is right here.
Yep.
And so this is a pretty important part to me, as well as like one of the main powers of PowerApps is being able to pull information from different areas. And I think this app does a good job in, pulling it all together.
Good. Do you mind going into edit mode and just showing us that upload photo on select? Just curiosity there.
Yeah. Here, let me close.
I love the way you use the left panel to organize yourself.
Yeah, I would be lost without this tree view.
Yeah.
I
love
where
it
is
too.
it? Is select type, pose message.
There it is.
There
Upload
it is.
photo.
Here it is. This guy.
And so you guys, when you build this app, you can go and click around and look at the functions that are used. If you see a function that you really like, on select. If you see a function that you really like and you want me to talk about it in the Friday functions, let me know as well. Okay, so we're actually using variables here, looks like.
Yeah, where is it here?
Delete image.
Yeah, so we had set this control, edit, on this guy here, that card, that would be it.
The update or
this guy here. I thought it was on the button.
Yeah, it looks like it's using a variable, so we'd have to go find out what does delete image false doing, and it's something that we can dig into, definitely. Go to my photo.
Okay. So delete image, where is it here? Selected image. User selected photo.
Ah, okay. So we have quite a few global variables involved in this.
So since the reason why we're using global variables for this is because we have several different screens, and we want to be able to collect all of those, and then on a review screen be able to show all them and send them all at one time.
Okay. Okay, so we will dig into that. I know I will. I'm going to open up this app and get into it because it's got a lot of great functionality. I also like the top, where the progress area over there, where as you go through it, it checks off the next step. That's something that we could use in any app. I like that idea. So there's a lot of great ideas as far as how this app is. Can we see the gallery on the first screen that you liked?
On activity feed screen.
This gallery right here.
This gallery right
and
here.
That is an awesome gallery. It's got lots of different components that are well put together, and it has the pictures. And if you click on one of those pictures, we're actually looking for a profile picture using Office 365 users. And that is awesome. So I think I've already done a Fridays function on this, but if I haven't, I'll do another one because it is great. Now, in all of these cases, though, and you guys might have noticed that when she first looked for me, she saw two Audreys. One Audrey was a vendor here at Microsoft. It was before I got hired. And so what that shows you is that what's in your Active Directory, your Azure Active Directory, what's in your profile store is very relevant here. So, in some cases, I run into customers that haven't completed their profiles, right? So profiles are important as far as getting the best functionality out of Office 365 users and Office Graph.
Yeah. So the other thing is that we have a local photo in here because if a user doesn't have a photo, you probably want it to look consistent.
Yes.
So we have a generic.
Oh, you have like if it doesn't find one, then use. And this is a best practice as well, because otherwise, if it doesn't find one, you may get an error message, which could be kind of annoying. So by this if-then statement is one you guys probably want to look at and kind of keep in mind whenever you're using photos from the Office 365 users. Great example. Okay, so we spent a lot of time on this one.
Yeah, we did.
I know you have others, but you're doing good on time. Don't worry.
Okay, good. So this next one is called Onboarding Tasks. And so we can play it quick. So One thing I want to call about this one is there's an admin view, which allows you to edit and update and shows you certain buttons that allow you to edit the app versus if you're just sharing it with one and they use it.
Okay, so this is the app that is useful when someone onboards to your team.
Yes.
And you want to help them know, here's how you can ramp up. Here are the tasks that we like all of our new people to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we join here, go here, we have just a fun logo that you can update with your own company team. And we have a little gallery of the user profile images of pictures of people on your team, which is kind of fun. It makes you feel kind of welcome that, you know, we're all in this together. And so when we get started, we can see that I have my profile, and everything in this section, I can set a company profile photo because when you're first onboarding, you probably don't have one of those.
Yep.
And so if we click on that, it pulls our current photo that we have. So if we didn't have one, it would be a generic one. And so I can go and, you know, select from a gallery. I have another picture here. Maybe I'll just change my picture. Oh, that doesn't look great. That's fine. I'll change it later.
I like that image. It's nice.
It got a little squished. On the hover, we tell you what the size of the image should be. So I can save those changes. And then what that'll do is it'll go and it'll update my photo. Oh, uploaded it the wrong way. I think this is because I took it on my phone, kind of wonky. Anyway, so now this is the photo. I'll have to send a message about that.
Yes,
it uploaded it crookedly.
Yes.
Huh.
We'll check on that later. It could be a configuration of the device as well.
Yeah, true. So that's now my user profile photo. So if I were to go and send an email to someone, or if I were to look at it in Outlook, or other people were
would that work in Delve?
Yeah. So this is actually where it's connected to.
Oh, wow. So we can get that kind of stuff done in a single app, because those are things that, you know, you always do when you come into the company.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the other thing I want to say is that look at this progress bar now.
Yeah. How well are you doing? Yes.
Now I'm a third of the way done with this section. So that's also pretty cool.
I do like that.
Another item that we have is an About Me email. One of the common things that we hear people do, and like pretty much every team I've been on has done this, but basically the manager says, hey, like send me a blurb about yourself so I can send it to the rest of the team so they can meet you. And so this kind of just, you know, shortens that. Like that's one of the things you have to do. So I could go and write this, select a photo of myself, and then send it to my manager.
Okay, and he will use that to share about you to the team. You know, welcome Emma on board.
Yeah.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, so it's all in one place.
Oh, I love it.
And yeah, I didn't actually do it, so my progress didn't go on. The other thing that this app is good about is I can build my employee profile.
See, I refuse to tell the year I was born.
So actually, it doesn't show up anywhere.
Okay.
We need to send.
It says your birth will be kept private. I see.
Yeah,
okay.
Nobody else will see this.
Okay,
Don't
good.
worry.
You know, I just had a birthday last month, so I'm a little sensitive. Okay.
Everybody thinks you're 28. Anyway.
Okay, all right, good.
And so, you know, when I come in, we've pulled out some of the ones that we thought that people would want to fill in when they're coming in. So about me, different interests I have, and, you know, some experience that I've had before. So if I were to fill these in, it would go and it would publish this to my Office 365 user account.
I really love, and this is a side point, but I really love how the controls are configured. I love the hover, because I'm going to check your unhover there, because I see a whole bunch of unhover functionality going on. I want to look at the properties for that. I also love the way it's just very clean. So I kind of want to copy the design too, because it's really beautiful. But you're right. Having all of this in one place, it's going to update Delve. It's going to benefit my manager. It's going to benefit my team. It's going to improve even my Office Graph functionality because it's relating me to things. You know, love it.
Yeah. So that's that section.
Okay,
there.
that's awesome.
Yeah, through building some of these things, like just recently we updated a whole lot of other things on your user profile that you could update that weren't before there. That's we only did that in December, so it's pretty frequent.
Thank you.
If you haven't taken a look yet, you can take a look at the connector docs and see what else is available there.
And those of you that are in IT or in businesses, we know how difficult it can be to get information into Delve via Delve. Some people don't know how to use it, or they haven't been comfortable in adding information there. Imagine if you published an app like this to the entire org, it would be a result of them doing their onboarding tasks that you would also get population in Delve. And this would help in a lot of different ways for analytics. So there's a lot of good reasons to implement this as well on a team level, but also on an organizational level. I can see this being beneficial to a tenant. Yeah. Very nice.
So there's other things that are here as well. So this is all dummy data, like I just downloaded it from the site. And so each of these are tasks that are stored in Excel, but are actually they're copied to each user's Outlook tasks. So each task progress is tracked in their Outlook tasks. So, you know, everyone can track their own progress.
Okay.
So on each of these tasks, you can add a description or mark this as complete. And that's what it'll look like there. And then all these are just resources that are links out. So if you had you know, an HR form or
whatever you want them to go
whatever you want them to go look at.
Like the intranet. Here's the intranet. Here's the transportation link. Here's the link to facilities if you want to get furniture. But I just want to ask a question. I'm making an assumption here that all of this configuration is on a consumer level, not on an app maker level, right?
No, it's on an app maker level, actually. Okay. So if we jump to our add app admin screen, so this screen isn't seen by anybody who plays or the end user of the app. This screen is not linked to anything else. It's only available if you're the maker of this app. So what you can do is you can add yourself. I should play it. So you play the screen and you can add yourself to this admin list. So if I put myself,
so this screen is not available to the consumer, is that right?
Yes, not available to the consumer. So if I get started, so if I add myself to the admin app,
okay.
To the admin list there, I've been added.
Okay.
And so now I can go and get started. And now what we'll see when it's different, if we play this here and we get started, we should see, where did this work?
So there's an admin functionality.
Yes.
But this is still in consumption. This is not as a maker.
Yeah, when I play
once you've been added as an admin.
Yeah,
right?
Once you've been added as an admin, there'll be different update buttons that allow you to edit which tasks other people get when they go on.
Okay, but the person who is given that admin rights, they don't have to know how to make an app. They just can just use the app itself.
They can just go and edit it.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And where do you edit the to-do list?
So this is what, so I added myself to
the people,
to the admin, and when I play the app, the buttons should pop up to edit, and they appear right here.
Okay. And it gives you like a gallery where you can, a form where you can edit.
I just want to.
Maybe if you save it and reopen it, maybe it needs to maybe it's an on start situation.
Yeah, this should work right away. I tested it right before I got to it. Maybe we'll come back to that later.
Okay. No, that's yeah. And it might just need to refresh or something. Yeah. But it's good to know that you can add people to the admin list, and then they will see new buttons that will enable them to edit these tasks without having to know PowerApps.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It'll pop a dialogue that allows you to do it.
Great.
We'll come back to that at the end. I don't want to take too much time
no problem.
Circling around because it's not really useful for everybody else. So this is the My Profile page. And then we also have a team page.
Sandy says she likes the admin functionality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So on this page here, we give you an overview of everybody that's on your team. So your manager, your peers, and if you have any direct reports. And so I don't want to show everybody, but if I click on Audrey, for example.
I have no secrets. Go ahead.
It'll load on
everybody knows my stuff anyway, you know. But yeah, so I like that it shows all the relevant information that you would kind of get from Outlook, actually, right? If you were inside Microsoft and who I work closely with.
Yeah, so this is kind of interesting. So I can see
it's not my org. It's the people I work with, because Mackenzie's not in my org, so to speak.
She's not on your team, so to speak.
Yeah,
not in your group.
Yeah.
But you work really closely with her, and that's why it shows up here. So it's kind of interesting to be able to, peruse through the rest of your team, see their information. Like, it's probably useful, if I want to call you up, and if I want to, see where you sit. If I want to know when your birthday is, apparently it hasn't been updated here unless your birthday.
My birthday is December 31st.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So it might be a time zone issue.
Yeah. Could be. But anyway, so this page just allows you to browse through the people that are on your team.
So I encourage you guys to try out this template. Go ahead and run it, make it. And then kind of see how it's working, give it a try. Let us know if you have any questions or if you want to change anything. What is Team Blog?
So these here are different buttons that open up different links. So, on your team, you probably have
a blog.
Or a SharePoint.
So we would configure what those buttons are and what they would link to.
Yeah.
And that's easy to do.
Yeah.
All right.
So right now, in the template, we just have them all linking to Microsoft.com.
Of course.
Because we don't know what is important to your team.
Is that a gallery right there?
Yeah, so this is just a gallery of buttons.
Good. I love it.
Yeah.
And what's under company?
So under company, this is more from a company level.
Yeah.
So all of these things are edited by whoever is setting up this app for you. So you can upload your company logo here and talk about your leadership or put frequently asked questions that you have here, as well as update any important context that you may have.
And FYI, if your frequently asked questions exist in some software as a service, like say Yammer or SharePoint, you can actually create a gallery there that pulls that information from there. So you don't have to do a lot of configuration here. You could actually have that gallery get that information from that place where it's kept. So think about those options as well. This is an exceptional template. And I can see a lot of people wanting to use this template for onboarding.
Yeah.
I love that it keeps track of where you are. Can your manager see how your completeness is on this? Is there any notification? Okay.
So that's one thing. You could take a screenshot of the app and send it in an email if you wanted to. We decided that
we could add a flow, as a customizer.
Yeah.
We could add a flow that once we get to 100%, it notifies the necessary people that we've completed our onboarding task.
Yeah.
Or if it doesn't get to 100% by a certain period of time, then it will continue to bug you.
Yeah.
until you finish.
Yeah,
we can
those are
definitely
all
do that
other
by
things.
integrating our Power App with Flow or push notifications. Wonderful. Show us more. I want to see another one. Is there another one you can show us?
Yes, I have one more that I can show you. So this one isn't actually, if we go to the web.powerapps.com, you won't see this app up there yet, but don't worry, it's coming shortly. But I wanted to show it for you guys now. So the purpose of this app is to be able to, book a room quickly. Like, I don't know how many times, last minute, like, oh, somebody else booked this room, I need to find another place. And I picture myself like, I have my laptop and my water bottle, and I'm like, oh no, I have a meeting with 10 people and I need to book a room now. And so basically we decided that there's probably like kind of two flows that are happening. So like there's one, you're booking for an existing meeting, you forgot to add location. And then there's a stream to book it without a meeting. So that's probably where like you're in the hallway with like 2 or 3 people and you're talking, you're like, hey, like let's grab a room. And so like you can just book it that way.
That's very modern. Yeah. I like it.
So we can do first without a meeting. And so what we do here is that first we need to select your location. And so what we are doing is pulling all the rooms lists that you have at your company.
I love it.
All these here.
So these are all the rooms that you have configured in your
in the company. So we've taken and gone and say, okay, these are all the lists of rooms that you have here.
So room resources.
Yeah, room resources. And we've pulled the big list here and we've allowed you to, search through them because here at Microsoft apparently there's a lot of rooms.
Well, there's a lot of buildings.
So if we wanted to book one, I don't know, I'll just
try 44/something. 44 slash, there you go.
This one?
Yeah.
Sure. And so we've selected our room list. And so what it's next going to do is it's going to pull all of the rooms that are available in that building during the time that it is now.
That is awesome. I like that.
So we took the time that is, it's like 10:40 now.
Yeah.
And so we've gone, okay, if you want to, there's some interesting
you kind of rounded it down.
Yeah, we're like, okay, if you probably want it for this half hour, and then if I wanted to go and change that,
oh my gosh.
I could do that as well. If I wanted to, book it for a full hour, it'll go in and do that.
Emma, I'm loving this. Okay.
Okay. We say that, we'll go back. And it'll show me what rooms are available for that meeting.
It'd be cool to. Oh, Sandy came up with a great idea. Sandy's saying, wouldn't it be cool if it recognized your location? Because we can look at location on the phone and kind of suggest to you based on your location.
Yeah. So actually,
go Sandy.
We looked at doing this. The one thing is that in order for this to work, we need somehow to relate the latitude, longitude, or map to where the rooms are. So in a lot of the rooms in your Outlook resources, there is a spot to have like an actual, address, location spot on it, but a lot of people don't set that up.
Gotcha.
Like that. So when whoever, starts the company or is in charge of
for the Exchange server
managing those resources would need to set that up in order for us to do that. So
but maybe it's something that you could add as a customization if it's set up. And I think what I've heard, though, I've heard a lot of issues with internal localization. Mm-hmm. So I hear that this kind of thing works best when you're outside than when it does inside. But I think it would be fun to try it. That is an exceptional idea. And
for sure.
Man, it would be so cool. You're walking around Microsoft and you just want the closest room to you. But this is still awesome. But I like Sandy's idea. Let's get Sandy's idea in our backlog.
That would be really interesting to do for sure.
Yes.
And we did consider it.
No, I get it. It requires Exchange server configuration.
Yes.
Okay.
So, these are the rooms that are available. What we've done is that if no rooms are available, you have the option to just, create a Skype meeting. Using the Skype for Business connector.
Oh, wow.
So that's like, we don't want to leave anyone hanging if there's no rooms available in this location. So you could go back and choose a different location, or, you can just have a Skype meeting. But in this case, like this room looks good. We pull the name and the information that's here. So I'll just book this room. It's going to go send, and that's booked. Like with three clicks, we've booked a room, and it will create an event on my calendar with that room.
And what's more is we made this app to book that room in 3 clicks too. I mean, and we can publish it to our org in just 2 clicks to share it. So, I mean, this is a major business solution that really works with mobility. I think this is a very high mobility thing because you're moving around, you need to change a room, you need to book a room. This is a very typical business scenario. Who wants to have to pull out their laptop and log in and blah, blah, blah?
We felt it was a common enough scenario that people would want to do.
Oh, I love it. I think it's great.
You can book for an existing meeting. And so basically what happens is it pulls meetings that you have the rest of the day. And it shows you, okay, you want to book a room for this meeting. It shows you where it currently is. So that was the room I just booked. So it guesses, okay, so this was the location that you booked it in. Maybe you want it in the same building, likely. And so I can go and I can edit this.
Yeah.
So say, okay, if I update the time, since it's for an existing meeting, it'll change the time of the meeting. So I probably don't want to do that.
Maybe move it to Advanta.
Yeah.
That way the people at Advanta can be mad at you.
Just booking all these conference rooms just to show everyone how this app works. Yep. So then it shows me the list of all the ones that are available here. And so if I press book here, what it'll do is it's, booked this room for me, and it's updated my meeting with that location and has sent that request to all of the other attendees that are in the meeting.
Wow. I love it. This is awesome. And you said, when is this going to be? I can make this app?
Very shortly, within a couple weeks.
Within a couple of weeks. Okay. Yeah. So we're looking forward to this one. This one I'm putting on my phone as soon as I can because I need that. The shout outs, I kind of want to market that all over the place. I mean, that shout out thing is just awesome because it's motivating, right? You want to motivate each other. And then the HR onboarding thing, where you can onboard your team members, right? On a first level, it's like really helps your team get ramped up, gives you a place to kind of document. Give you a place to document what's necessary to get onboarded. Like I know here at Microsoft, sometimes it's as simple as getting in a DG or signing up to a group or something. And if you forget one thing on the list of things to do, you could be blocked, right? So this is an unblocker. It's also a way to encourage best practices when it comes to onboarding people with more structure. It encourages people to fill out their profiles that are hard to get done sometimes.
Yeah.
Great application. And then finally, the book a room. I can see it being used in hallways all over the world. So, I mean, these are 3. Thank you, Emma, so much for working on these templates. I think what you've done is huge. I just want to find out if anybody have questions on the way this is built. If not, we're going to go back to us and kind of talk to you a little bit about what's coming and how these templates can be used further, customized. It was a question that I had, and I totally forgot what my question is. So when it says book now without a meeting, I just want to make sure I understand that that means that I can book a room without having a meeting, no invites or anything. Yep. So and then in my Outlook, I will see that as an invite with only me and the room booked.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the idea is that, sometimes like you want a room, but you haven't necessarily planned a meeting beforehand.
Okay.
But you still want to, book the room right now.
Okay, gotcha. And so all of that will show up in your Outlook, though. Yes. It'll show up in your calendar.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Very cool. I'm impressed, and I'm going to go dig into these, so I might have to come back to you with some questions because I do want to showcase these in the Friday Functions videos because you're hiding a whole bunch of high value right in these apps.
Like since I wanted to show like all three, we didn't really have time to go too
deep into
each of them. But one thing that we want to do for all these apps is we're going to create some more documentation and videos surrounding different like little scenarios within these apps in order to highlight them. And you'll see more guidance and more information about all these in the future. Something we're working on.
Couple comments. So Sandy says she really loves the templates and she's going to definitely go and look under the covers because this is what I want to do. You know, we're all geeky kind of. We want to get under there and find out how they were done. But we also had a person here mention that, you know, they're interested in building apps to start their own business, right? And can you imagine there's like two ways I can see that done, right? One, these apps to me are like out of the box solutions for a brand new business that they can use internally, right away. You know, my org browser, my Shoutout, my onboarding, there's all these different service desks. We have all these great templates that a new business can basically build all their solutions right there with Office 365 and Dynamics 365 in a day or two and be up and running, right? And then on the other side of the coin, taking these solutions and modifying them to create new apps for their customers. There's also an opportunity for that, right? Sure. What if I have a customer and one of their challenges is onboarding? I can, just in a very short period of time, show them high value. I mean, because this is the value of Office 365 plus Office Graph working together in PowerApps, and I can give them that value like right away. And so it helps to build trust with your customers as well because you're able to deliver to them quick, easy solutions. Now, one other question he asked is, how do I get started? And I do want to have another discussion about that because I'd like to do a webinar with some of our partner contacts to talk about, the ISV opportunities, the SI opportunities, different opportunities for Power Apps as a business service, right? Great opportunities there. I've done a lot personally in that area and appreciate these tools. But one of the things I want to underscore when it comes to, and you can go back to the other screen, you can stop sharing. But one of the things I want to point out is that when you look at things like what Emma's demonstrating to us today, what you want to try and do is you want to attempt to go and dig into these applications, think about the business value that they have. Think about the different perspectives that can be taken because each app can take on a persona based on what the business in question needs. And then you can brand it and customize it in any way you'd like. So getting involved in these templates, giving Emma and myself and the PowerApps team your feedback on what else might be necessary. Think about your customers' low-hanging fruit. Think about the things that they want to mobilize. Think about the fact that we haven't just got productivity, we also have CRM, ERP opportunities, right? Opportunities to handle what any business would need to do. And so let's start by looking at the templates. Let's start by reaching out to the PowerApps team. I'm always available to help you no matter what you're trying to do with PowerApps. And what I'll try and do is scale that out, which means that I might talk to you, you might reach out to me, we'd have a conversation, and then I might release something on our community that would help hundreds of people do what you've asked to do. So stay close to us and please give us as much feedback as you can when you see these type of templates. Are there any questions on what we've covered today? Because we only have about 8 minutes left, but we don't mind going back to the apps or answering any questions that you might have. I'm looking at the screen for chat. And I've got people who are patient. They don't expect to learn everything in one day. That's a good thing. It's a fun journey, though. Isn't it fun to learn PowerApps? It's a fun journey.
I like that it shows up right away.
Yes.
When I do something, I make something, I go and I pull in some of my team's user profile photos. Like,
yes.
That's so rewarding to have it show up right away.
Yep.
Without having to go and like dig into all these different things.
I remember, so I come from the SharePoint world.
Mm-hmm.
I remember XSLT and all these things that we used to use, HTML coding and all this other stuff that we used to do to make these things happen that you did in 3-4 clicks. We would take weeks to do. Yeah. Even with advanced HTML coding, XSLT, and all this XLM stuff that we used to need every day, now we can do this with these clicks because of these connectors and because, we're working to make this easy for you. So I'm excited for the opportunity here. And we want to continue giving you more templates. Are more coming?
Yes, there's
Are we all done?
More coming.
There's some more coming?
So stay tuned.
Good.
I'm really excited to share them all. We've been working on them, and I just know that you guys are gonna love them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just a secret that I'll share with you all. Don't tell anybody else. Emma's actually going to be doing a whole bunch of other stuff on the PowerApps team. She's going to be helping us with some of the web authoring, some of that stuff. So you're going to be able to see Emma in a lot of different lights. So I suggest you connect to her on Twitter. If you look in the description, you can get her Twitter handle. She is a powerhouse of value. So look forward to seeing more from Emma. We really love doing this for you. If you need anything, I'm going to close down because I don't see any questions. So I'm going to close down the video. I'm looking forward to your feedback, though. Put comments below. This will also be posted in the community in the new webinar gallery. So you'll see a gallery that you can go and look at all the webinars there. Like the videos on the community. So by you clicking the up thumbs arrow, and you press like, we can see the videos that bring you the most value, and we'll try and do more of those types of videos based on your likes. So feel free to like those videos directly on the community as well as on YouTube. I try to answer the questions in the comments as quickly as I can. Be patient if I'm a little slow. I just got back from vacation, but I will be answering your questions, and I really want your feedback. Okay.
Yeah. As well as in the description, we put the link to the PowerApps connector documentation.
Yes.
And if if there's things that are missing from those connectors that you're making custom connectors for, please call that out because, having that known what you guys want included in those connectors can help us to fill those gaps.
Yes.
The other thing is that with Microsoft Graph, I've also included the link in the description as well, if you want to see all those different operations that are available there. As well as I've included a link to Stack Overflow. And if you have any problems, with the calls or anything like that, you can report problems or ask questions on Stack Overflow using hashtag Microsoft Graph. And they'll take a look at it there.
And those last two links will really be beneficial to those of you that are professional developers that want to extend the functionality beyond what we're even giving you. We're not forgetting our pro devs, right?
No.
So we're making sure that you have the information you need as well. FYI, this may be unknown yet, but I'm starting a new series of webinars called the Connector Series. And so about once a month, I will be presenting a specific connector. The next connector will be Planner. After that, there will also be Calendar, Outlook, and there'll be, Teams, and then Skype. So expect over the next 3 months, you're going to get some really big focus on our popular connectors. If you have requests, because I'm going to be building an app from scratch using only one connector during the webinar. So if you have anything that you really want to do, let me know and I'll put it on the roadmap. The webinar roadmap, that is.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy power apping. Enjoy the journey. Bye-bye. And you can just press